Hey guys, Artosis here with the KCM Race Survival Series. This is game number 6 of week 5. Soma fighting as the last Zerg player remaining, really trying his best to win another week for the Zerg team. Going up against the last remaining Protoss. Really, this week has been dominated by Sock. He was able to take out, well, everybody up until now, pretty much, right? Like, he took down Ruin, Yapsab, Tyson, and then finally fell to Soma. So there's 2 Terrans remaining, 1 Protoss, 1 Zerg, and this right here, Mighty, is the final chance for Protoss redemption. The map is Fighting Spirit. Mighty going to immediately send down a probe here and throw a pylon at his natural. Looks like probably a Forge expand based on the fact that the probe comes back. Like that, and yeah, we'll see though. As far as Soma goes, okay, a little 9 pool coming up. See how aggressive he wants to get with that. Of course, his Overlord going straight down as well. And yeah, I guess we wait a little bit here, don't we? But yeah, it looks like as far as Mighty goes here, it's probably just like a Forge and then Nexus. You don't normally make the Forge right at 150 minerals because you don't actually need a cannon that quickly normally. He's actually waited quite a while. This might end up being an 11 Nexus, 11 Forge. That's a build that Rain actually kind of made for PvZ. Well, I'm not sure if he made it, but he kind of popularized it. And this could be a little bit dangerous. Now, I don't know the exact timings on this, but it looks dangerous, right? There's 6 Zerglings being made. He just started his Forge. So this is kind of bad news. In fact, Soma gets in here with the Overlord and Seas. And again, this is like a build where you actually cut a lot of probes to be able to get that Nexus super, super fast. And obviously, Mighty is not going to be happy when he gets there and sees how low health the hatchery is. You know that Lings are going to be popping out, or in fact, they might even get in front of the hatchery. So Mighty in a lot of trouble right now. His probe tried to block a little bit there. Gonna go up and check and see if there was gas taken or anything like that. There is a photon cannon on the way, but he needs to bring like every probe or very close to that. It's so hard to imagine Mighty being able to hold this cannon against Soma of all people, a great micro player. Now, here we go. He's gonna try. Okay, starts hitting the pylon here. Not a bad idea. I mean, if you kill the pylon, the game ends. Like, straight up, there's nothing to be done. Oh my god, is he just gonna be able to kill the pylon? Mighty has to go down and attack, because again, if he loses that pylon, it's game over. And Mighty just GG's a very fast one. Soma continues forward. Alright, guys. We are in game number 6 right now of week 5. And, yeah, this is coming right up on the end, I think. I mean, there's only 1 or 2 games left. Actually, sorry, game 7. It's Soma, the last remaining Zerg. And he's got to take down 2 Terrans to win here. Speed, and then if he beats Speed, it'll be JYJ. So can Soma clutch it for the Zerg race once again? We just had, I mean, the quickest game ever against Mighty. A complete letdown of a game, but that happens sometimes, even at the pro level. All right, so we're on Ascension. TVZ. Oh, this should be interesting because Speed is a very different type of player. I've talked about him a lot in Race Survival because he's actually one of my favorite Terrans. Right now, he's got like a huge range to his play, and he really kind of marches to the beat of a different tune, I guess, as far as Terran goes. And so very exciting to watch. And Soma, of course, just God tier Zerg. One of the best Zergs in the world, no doubt. So, yeah, this should be exciting. I'm very interested to see what Speed is going to bring out because this map is normally a tech opener map. You do not really see just bio expands here. Command Center first. Yep, good one. Goliath builds, mech. Yep, 111s, great. Valkyrie rushes. Yep. There's all sorts of different builds that are popular on the map. So a little bit hard to read into that. We'll see if Soma has the killer instinct to take that down, whatever it may be. But before we really get too deep in, guys, please subscribe. Hit that notification button because, well, about 50% of the people who watch the videos are subscribed to the channel. So that's kind of silly, right? I mean, you're watching this right now. Half of you hearing this, you're not subscribed, so just hit that button. I would really appreciate it. Anyways, we have Speed just kind of scouting out and about with his SCV. It looks like it's going to be Command Center, but it might be like Command Center gas. We'll see, because right now it looks like just a barracks expand, which this almost always goes into just bioplay. But when you do it with a wall, you can go into gas afterwards. We saw Sock do that previously. In fact, yeah, that was against Soma. And yeah, I think that's probably what it'll be, but we have to wait and see, obviously. Now, is that gas going to get taken? Yeah, there it is. The Overlord out of vision range already, as you can see. So, doesn't know that it's a quick gas. It should look to Soma as if this is just a standard barracks expand. But, of course, he knows that there's the possibility of the gas. And we'll just have to kind of watch to see which build order it's going to end up being here from Speed. Some nice micro on both sides. That's actually really hard to do with the SCV. It has more health, but drones have more range. So generally, drones can kind of out-juke an SCV a little bit. Very, very well done. Gets very low on health. Doesn't quite get that drone. And the Zerglings are going to make quick work of it, unfortunately, for Speed. But if he had gotten the drone, that would have been killer. All right. So Speed going to go ahead and throw it on his factory. There it is. It's approximately a minute later than a regular factory before Command Center. Of course, he's got that Command Center coming, which is so important. The Marines just kind of walking out to see if they can find anything. You know, is there an Overlord? Possibly pick off some Zerglings that are out on the map. These Marines are not all that important. He might end up going into bio like a 1-1-1 build, but no, it's actually double factory. So this is going to be a mech build. And the two Lings come out. The Marine pushes them back from the wall. Notice how he starts another Marine while the Zerglings are there. That's really key. He's trying to hide the fact that he's going into mech. Now, looking at Soma's side, this is not really an anti-mech play so far. Spire, he's got Zergling Speed on the way, which isn't necessarily bad, but no Sunken Colony or anything like that against a possible incoming Vulture. Yeah, so kind of interesting to see. A lot of Zerglings come out, and you know, honestly, I don't think Speed cares about this. Again, the Marines are not actually that worthwhile since he's going mech. They don't really scale up because he won't be upgrading them. So he actually gets a wonderful scout. He may have ended up forcing Lings. There's a possibility of getting drones there. He took a little bit of a risk, but he didn't really need them. And he kind of threw some red herrings towards Soma and had potential for damage. I really like that move. That was kind of a big brain move there. Now, Soma is taking a third base very, very, very far away, so that's going to be hard to attack. We have the third factory and eBay on the way. Wow, look at this build. He's got, like, no units, guys. He's got the one Marine behind the wall and one Vulture now. This would absolutely, on this map, this build would only work in this location because it's the tight wall, and the other locations do not have a tight wall in, which would be problematic if you only have one Marine. You'd have to keep some more at home. But yeah, really utilizing his position here. The Vulture gets in, which is maybe a little bit confusing here to Soma, thinking that he was not, in fact, playing against any sort of mech opener. The Vultures do all right, actually. Killing a couple drones there, getting rid of Lings, keeping everything back. And look at that. Oh my god, Soma in front of him made the Hydralisk Den, which saves the drone, of course, but then cancels. So, you know, if I'm sitting here as a Terran player, I might be thinking, you know what? Maybe we need to make some Marines in a bunker. Maybe we need to go into siege tanks more quickly. But it looks like it's a big commitment into Mutalisks from Soma. And if you try to go just Goliaths and do some sort of push out thinking that they're going to be transitioning into Hydras, the Mutas are actually going to overwhelm you. Mutas will end up beating Goliaths. By the way, that's late. Just throwing that out there. Just slightly. It's not the end of the world. Just a little bit, though. I was afraid that he actually had forgotten it all the way. Okay, the range upgrade for Goliath's not quite done yet, so the Mutas can run through here, get a good scout off, kill a few SCVs here and there as well. You take a few missile turret hits. But totally fine. That Carapace upgrade is over halfway done, so very, very quick on that. Third hatchery up and mining. All right, Goliath's walking out onto the map. Now, 7 more mutas are on the way. The amount of mutas... Okay, this is a great catch. The amount of mutalisks that Soma is going to have here will easily crush this group of Goliaths. So if Speed actually commits across the map, he's going to be in a bit of trouble here. Soma just has to bring everything together. Okay, see how he is not walked all the way. He's stopping in the center. Soma doesn't really know where these are at. These could be over here or something. He's kind of sweeping the map a little bit. Grouping up those mutas as well. More Goliaths coming out. The more you get, the stronger they are going to be. Another factory on the way. 2 factories, in fact. The mutas now coming in for a little bit of harassment here. Taking down some missile turrets immediately. The Goliaths going for a little bit of a counter push. There's only 1 sunken colony here, so the mutas do have to fly back. He has massed up a good amount of these Goliaths at this point. Mutas coming over, getting on top of the Goliaths. He does pop that one. No attack upgrade yet, and there is the armor for mutas. Now you're going to be able to see the mutas actually take these all out. So, I mean, this seems pretty good for Soma overall. To end up killing that many Goliaths, definitely that's not what you want as Terran, to end up losing a whole group. And what did he get for it? A few mutas, bruised some, forced some sunkens. I mean, it's not that he got 0 for it, but realistically, you want to get more and more and more Goliaths and try to reach some sort of critical mass so that you're actually, like, popping a bunch of mutas before they even get to you. Unable to do that there, unfortunately. Just constant Goliath production here from Speed. Soma flying back in. Okay, Speed gonna push him back, saves his racks for now. I want to know what the plan is here. This looks like just a 5-factory pure Goliath all-in, which you don't see that much nowadays. But, I mean, he is making a hell of a lot of Goliaths, right? Every minute he has 10 more Goliaths. So that's going to scale up pretty darn quickly. We have Soma actually going into range attack now, getting off of those mutas, or probably very soon getting off of the mutas. We haven't seen him actually create any Hydralisks yet. The Hydralisk Den is on the way. Probably going to have to continue to produce mutas, though, to make sure he stays alive at this point. Let's take a look over here. Yeah, that's where the Hydralisk Den is, at that 3rd base. More drones being sent up. 3rd base could actually get sniped here. The Mutalisk count is not that high. He's spent a lot of them actually trying to harass and everything as well. I think attacking the natural, not any good, though. With 3 Sunkens there, that would be the easiest defense for Soma. All right, Soma taking another 4th base location. 3rd base going up now for Speed. Just continuing onwards. Look, he doesn't even have a starport. Like, once that +1 armor upgrade is done, that's it. That's like as good as his Goliaths are going to get if he does not choose to get a starport. But if you get a starport, you kind of run out of gas pretty quickly. So that would be an issue. And now you see Soma actually flying in with some mutas and losing one there. Or a couple of them there to that great range of the Goliaths. You got to be very careful about that. Make sure that they're all engaging at the same time. You're not bleeding them off. I wish there was a unit tab to see the exact number here, but it looks like we have maybe 24-ish mutas, about 2 groups. Goliath's a lot easier to count since they're not stacked up. Looks like we got 12 there, 12 there, 27, 31, 32 Goliaths so far. Okay. SCV going around for a scout, going to find this 4th base location. The Goliath horde continues to walk around the map. Hydra's now being produced. He already has Hydralisk speed. He's getting Hydralisk range now. That +1 Hydralisk attack coming as well. Oh my god. Okay, so he engages with only a part of his Mutalisk force. The other part coming down now. And this was not the move. This is very bad for Soma. Like, he's literally in the middle of a transition to Hydralisks right now. So that was probably the worst thing that could happen. I think he got caught off guard And honestly, once you start engaging the Goliaths, if you try to run, you lose so many that you might not feel like it's worth it to run. I think that's what we just saw out of Soma. Now Speed going across the map with a ridiculous amount of Goliaths. And yeah, he's looking poised to possibly take this match for Team Terran. The Goliath group coming back now. This is a very small amount of Hydralisks. Honestly, I don't think the Goliaths are going to care about them that much. Siege mode is on the way. There's the possibility of a command center snipe here. That would be nice. Siege finishes up, so it does, in fact, Siege. Okay, picks off that third CC. That's a really good moment. But Soma starts to dive in here, trying to push forward. Goliath's coming in for a flank. He did pick off that one Siege tank. Still has some 1-1 mutas here. +2 attack on the way for these Hydras. Look at how many Goliaths there really are. It's pretty insane. Goliaths coming in from all sides. They shoot up, they shoot down. How do you stop these things? Third command center being started here once again. That massive Goliath still roaming about the map. Lots of Sunkens. Huh. Like, this is a big supply advantage right now for Speed, but don't forget, the Goliaths are all 2 supply, Mutas are 2 supply, but Hydras are 1. So there's a decent amount of Hydras at this point if he gets them all together. But not enough to take this on, I think. This is many screens of Goliaths. Let's try to count them again. Looks like we have about 36 or so, plus at least 1 tank. A little bit more than that. Almost 40 Goliaths, I think. Hydra's not near that in numbers. There's a siege tank in here as well, which really does splatter Hydra's. Going to be very hard to engage because of that. And here we go. The Horde going into the natural here of Soma. Soma trying to decide what to do. Catching some reinforcements. Is he going to go just for a counterattack? 3 Sunkens will not stop this. Sunken's very good against Goliaths, but not in these numbers. All right, Soma going for this counter. He has got to make it work, that's for sure. Wow, that is a lot of Mutas and Hydras getting in on top of absolutely everything, but so are the Goliaths. This is now officially a base trade scenario, but there are lots of turrets in here. There are still the factories pumping out. Is he going to have enough to actually eliminate all of these Hydras? Like, what is actually going to occur here? You might have to lift your buildings and fly him towards your Goliaths at this point. I'm not sure. That is a lot of Hydras. He's going to lose his natural command center. That third base, obviously, like, no SCVs, no value at it right now. Now, all the Mutas are being bled off. That is a little bit of a problem. But the Hydras come in on top of everything, and I think this is enough Hydras to basically kill everything, but some of the Goliaths turning around and going home to try to help out. Coming in a little bit single file. That is not how you want to do it. In the meantime, the main base gone, the natural gone. Only this third base location left for Soma. A crazy base trade right now. But it looks like there's enough Goliaths to save the main, and he still has this command center. So, I mean, that's 2 mining bases against 1, and that is not a position that Soma is going to be able to recover from. Wow, what an insane game this one was. But yeah, this does not look like they're... Oh, wait a second. I hadn't even thought of this. This is insane. Oh my god. Okay, so let's take a look. There is still an engineering base, so he can make turrets. There's no academy. In fact, I think he doesn't have a barracks, so he can't even build an academy. Right? I don't see a barracks anywhere. So the lurkers have potential here. They have real potential, because unless they burrow near a turret, he can't see them. Okay, these Goliaths see them. Now, that's unfortunate for Soma that these were spotted, because once you know that they're there, it's very hard for them to move forward. They don't have any supporting army here. This was a sneak attack planned by Soma. Now, as you can see, when they burrow, they do fantastically. A barracks frantically on the way right now. Oh, a single lurker comes in. He might actually put something on top of that and fire at it. No? Okay. Well, that is a trick you can do to get the splash to actually hit the lurker. Tries to make a turret in range. Of course, the lurker going to knock that out very easily. With the barracks on the way, we will eventually get an academy for those scans, but there's like 1 command center, so you get like 1 scan. This is absolute madness. I can't believe that this game is actually occurring. More Hydras coming down. Is Soma going to be able to pull this one out? Oh my god, the Lurker Hydra push against Mass Goliath. It is insanity. Now, he has some tanks on the high ground. Floating this command center this way, maybe just planning on taking... Well, I guess he does... Yeah, starts another command center here. Does get some Lurkers up. Throw it in a good position. The Goliaths... Oh, man, they mow down everything if the Lurkers aren't there to help. See another Lurker running out this way. Soma just continuing to produce his Hydralisks. Using anything at this point is so painful. Look at this, 9 drones is all he has. I think this is basically it. I guess I called it a little bit too early there because of that crazy Lurker play, but yeah, this should be it. Team Terran takes it down, and Soma, a valiant effort, but unable to pull it back for Zerg.